Welcome to Meet JMT, Insights from Within, a series that introduces our industry professionals and provides them the opportunity to share their professional experiences, personal reflections, and sources of inspiration as individuals working in the architecture, engineering, and construction sectors.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another Meet JMT podcast episode. My name is Jennifer, and I am your host and digital marketing manager here at JMT. Today, we have Rachel Thomas joining us. Thank you so much for joining us today, Rachel. Would you mind telling our listeners just a little bit more about yourself and your role here at JMT?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Jennifer. I appreciate this. I am a user experience designer in the technology group out of the Hunt Valley office. I work mainly with project managers, developers, and business analysts to design web applications based on project requirements. And once the client approves the designs, the developers bring my designs to life.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that additional introduction. It sounds like a very fun and exciting job to have. What we like to do here on the Meet JMT podcast is just get a little bit more insight into your passions leading into your professional career. So, what were some of your inspirations when you were deciding on your career path?
Sure. I started out in print design. I went to college in Virginia Commonwealth University in their art program. But I never really loved the process of print design. I felt like as soon as something went to print, it was out of date as quickly as it was printed. I thought I wanted to be a developer, so I self-taught myself basic web development and quickly realized I was not meant to be a developer. But I did love the endless possibilities of development. I discovered as a user experience designer, I'm able to combine my technical understanding of development with my love for design. And one of the principles in art school that I really latched onto was function over form. The design needs to work well before it looks good. And with that in mind, I need to understand how the application is going to work before I can come up with a design that's going to meet the project goals and look nice and check all the boxes.
Yeah, makes sense. I think it's awesome that you self-taught yourself into this field. And for people that aren't as familiar with the terms, including myself, what is the difference between web development and UX or user experience?
Web development and UX are definitely interconnected, but web development is about building the structure and the functionality of the application, meaning like writing the code, setting up the servers and the hostings, all the behind the scenes technical stuff. Whereas UX is about optimizing the user's journey, understanding the user's behavior, conducting research, making it intuitive and accessible and enjoyable to use. Overall, you want the user to enjoy their experience and come back.
Gotcha. So very interconnected, like you mentioned, but focusing on different aspects of product creation.
Yep.
Cool. Well, moving into your career today, can you tell us about a significant project you've worked on and how that may have impacted you, our company, or even the AEC or technology industries as a whole?
Yeah, sure. Recently, I worked on a Vision Zero project for Anne Arundel County in Maryland. So, Vision Zero is a nationwide concept of having zero crash related deaths by 2050. And the counties that are participating in this lofty goal are using the available crash data to develop strategies and measure goals. In Maryland, the state police submits all the data. It's all tracked and all the police reports, all that data is recorded. So we're able to collect that data and actually put good use to it. JMT developed an internal dashboard for Anne Arundel County's team to help them analyze the crash data, identify the high crash areas, and also to make recommendations of where to invest in safety improvements. And then the other part of the project, we developed a second public-facing application with the sensitive data removed to inform the public of those high crash areas, really to be transparent and transparent of the county's goals and the process for remediation. This application was really well received, and Anne Arundel County actually won the Small Project of the Year award from the County Engineers Association of Maryland. So that was pretty exciting to win an award for this.
Awesome. Congratulations on doing that. I'm very aware of Vision Zero. Actually, one of our podcasts we recorded a while back was with Joan Leons. She's a senior planner, and she had talked about her experience from the ADA perspective out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. However, it is very interesting to hear about the technical side of this initiative because I feel like it's extremely important. How do you know what to improve if the data isn't being tracked? So it's amazing that you're a part of something that's, essentially saving lives. And I hope this continues to progress well for you and the team.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can get some more counties because like you said, it is such an important initiative for public safety. So hopefully we can,
Right.
get more counties involved.
Yep. Outside of your career, what are some of your current hobbies or interests?
Yeah, so I get a lot of inspiration from creating and discovering art, specifically modern art is what I love. I like to paint thread art, so needlepoint, cross stitch, and mixed media. And at the moment, I'm actually experimenting with spray art. I just find graffiti pretty fascinating. So I'm graffitiing a wall in my basement, and it's a lot harder than it looks. I try to also make it to museums and art festivals when I'm feeling that creative block.
That's awesome. I always love hearing when we have a fellow artist on the podcast. I don't know what mixed media art is. What is mixed media art?
Just like, different mediums, like if I were to do an illustration and then paint over it or, glue like a scrapbooking over it, just a different mediums to all collaborate
Gotcha.
into one thing.
Very cool. I enjoy art in all forms. So once you finish your graffiti wall, I'd love to see a picture of that once it's completed. I want to thank you so much for being on the Meet JMT podcast today. Were there any closing thoughts or even words of wisdom that you wanted to share with our listeners before leaving?
So a big portion of my job is listening to our clients and observing their experience. And sometimes you just need to look at something from fresh eyes or from a totally different perspective. And I like to run designs by someone who knows nothing about the project just to get the initial gut reaction and that piece of feedback that I wasn't expecting. So, a lot of times it's friends and family who literally know nothing about what I'm doing. Because a lot of times family think I paint pictures all day, and I get that piece of feedback that I just didn't see it from that angle, and it's super helpful.
Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed the Meet JMT podcast today. Remember to subscribe, post a review, and of course, encourage your friends and colleagues to do the same.